Oh, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the One Funnel Away Challenge. We are on day number 3 or 4. I can't remember, but I'm very excited for today. We're going to go over offer sequencing today. Today is all about building on what we did yesterday. Now, before we go and get started, please come over to the chat and let me know what it is that was most impactful for you yesterday. I want to be able to know for future trainings, but also, what was the biggest aha? I like to go in, I see on social media all over the place, like, you guys will comment on the biggest things that you guys like the most. Yesterday, it seems like people liked most. Well, actually, I don't know. It was kind of all over the place. Let me know. You said the Excel example with the problems. You like that a lot. Price versus value versus cost. Good stuff. Okay. It's good. How the process just flows with the ideas. Oh my gosh, catching up. Don't know how to sell. The Excel example. Okay, the Excel example was good stuff. The we made products based on problems. Ooh. That's juicy stuff right there, right? That's not normal. That's awesome. Commodity versus awesomeness. The whole build during the offer was so eye-opening. Clearing up the sick... I don't know. Okay, sorry, I didn't read that one. Just model. Don't need a product. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so the entire process that we're at right now is yesterday was all about helping you kind of be able to brain dump. What problems do I want to solve with a product? Okay, and understanding that your product, the thing, whether or not it's yours, you're selling somebody else's, it doesn't matter. But anytime there's an opportunity in your life and you start moving towards it, whether that's a product, a problem, something, an opportunity, there is a series of follow-up problems that were not there until you started. Okay, and that's like the major key point is when you think about that, like, it's actually the biggest blessing ever when you think about it, because I can go in, solve the initial problems I want to, and it will be the solution to problems that my customer wants. But then what's going to happen? A lot of follow-up problems. Guys, this is a never-ending cool game where they continue to have additional good problems, not bad problems, good problems that I can go solve with future follow-up products and continue to add more value to those that I'm serving. Yeah? Yeah, solve and agitate. That's basically it. Yep, right, exactly. Price and value, not the same thing. 100% Blake, absolutely. Blue Ocean, I can't read that. You missed the boom. Yes, Sam, you did miss the boom. I was looking for advice on ask campaigns and stuff on your podcast episode. I run ask campaigns. Oh, good stuff. I'm glad you like that. Building offer creation is where the gold is. Be the detective, not a creative genius. Right, that's a big one. Absolute big one. That I think is very alleviating for people as we continue to play this game. Now, one thing I do want to bring your attention to is that there were 6,000 people who signed up to take this challenge already. Right, we know that first week, it's meant to sift people out. So I want to thank you very much for being here. You should congratulate yourself, throw a little party, however you want to celebrate the fact that you're still moving forward on this, okay? We know this is not small, what we're asking you to do. We know it's not a lot of time in order for you to actually do it, okay? That's a big, that's a big thing, okay? How many are on now? 250, which means we usually have about 400 by the time this is over, okay? Hey, what today is it is a build on what was going on yesterday, okay? So if you haven't done so, please go and I have frequently I will put a place on my board where I know the number one problem I'm trying to solve at all times. Okay? I know what it is I'm trying to solve at all times. Boom. You know what that is? It's an anchor. So every single time I have started moving towards an opportunity, I've started building a product, I've started moving forward on something, it's almost like the world pops out and says, "Are you sure you really want it, Steven? Here's like 5 more distractionary things I could just toss your way right now." You guys know what I'm saying? Here's like 5 or 6 more things I'm just going to put out in front of you to see if you really want it. And it's going to come in the form of something that's negative in my life as I move forward. Something's going to pop up and try and stop me. That's actually a legitimate good, another opportunity that's going to try and stop me, right? There's going to be a lot of things that try to distract me along the way. So what I'm saying is congrats, okay? Congrats. It's not easy, even just mentally, okay? And for a long time, I didn't want to admit that there was a huge mental aspect to this game, right? But it's Tara spot on, right? Shiny object syndrome, squirrel, 100%. It can be exhausting. And that's one of the purposes why we do want you to be in this group, okay? And we want you to be able to go into Mighty Networks, that app that we've got you in there. We want you to be able to go in and vent if you need to, okay? Don't make it a big monologue, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point of this. One of the most shocking things to me about the game when I started this was how lonely it got, okay? There was not another soul that I personally knew who was playing the game. Okay, that was doing this. Not another soul. How many guys are that way right now? And you're like, man, I don't even know anybody else right now. Right? And it was hard. Man, it was like 3 straight years of me not knowing. I knew that Russell Brunson existed. I knew that I knew it existed. But I didn't know another soul in my sphere at all who was doing anything remotely close to what we're doing right now. Okay? And that was the most challenging piece. Funny enough, not the concepts, not taking action on certain things. It was, for me, it was a lot of loneliness, okay? And it was really, really hard for me to do that. I was like, I can't relate with anybody. I'm having a hard time to, and I know a lot of you guys might start feeling like that. And so that's one of the reasons why we have this network, why we do these challenges, why we do Funnel Hacking Live. That's actually why I went to the first Funnel Hacking Live that I went to in 2016, because I was like, I got to be around people that are just trying to do stuff. I have to be around them. Like, I'm sick and tired of being and feeling that way. You know what I mean? And so I went and did that first. Now, how many guys are going to Funnel Hacking Live? Someone said, that's cool. It's been on all my life. Yeah, exactly. Right. And I know for me, it's the exact same thing. Oh, cool. A lot of you guys are coming to Funnel Hacking Live. Awesome. It is by far, I have a marketing degree. I have no idea what I've used from that marketing degree. Everything that I use has come from Funnel Hacking Live. It is the purest form of marketing knowledge I've ever found on the planet. Because it's not there with sleazy weirdos, okay? It's just like, let's just teach you and let's just get you the info you need to move forward, okay? I love Funnel Hacking Live. So hopefully you guys are coming to that. And I know it's in like a month, so I would go get tickets, funnelhackinglive.com. Okay, so there was an analogy my dad used to teach me. I can't remember where we were. I think we were coming back from camping or something like that. I did a lot of backpacking growing up, and did a lot of, maybe that's where this comes from. But my dad had this special ability to look at me every once in a while, look right at me and go, hey, amazing, prolific lesson. And I would go, wow, amazing, jarring response, And that is a lot of how my dad interacted with me. And he's brilliant. He's very, very smart. And anyway, one time he looked at me, and might have just done canoes or something like that. And he looked at me one time and he goes, son, you'll notice that in life, a lot of people just get in a canoe and they kind of let the current just take them. Okay? They'll even just lay down. They'll just zone out and look at the trees as they pass underneath in this little tiny slow moving river. The danger is that they're moving. Okay? They have the semblance of motion. They have the semblance of progress. They are actually moving. But they're moving at a pace that life would already take them anyway. He said, it is so funny that most people won't just sit up, grab the oar in their boat and just use it. Okay? He's like, you'll find that a lot of people in life, they're not willing to grab the oar. And they're not willing to go and actually create something out of themselves and move forward. Now, what comes with that is growth pains. You're going to get a little bit of shoulder and back muscles while you row a lot, right? Your lungs are going to get stretched, and it's going to be the burn, I'm sure, every once in a while. Some rapids will come up, and you have to work extra hard because the path you took is a little bit more challenging. I love that he taught me that, though. Okay? And he said, grab the oar. And that's basically what that meant. Okay? Grab the oar. Okay? You're all doing that, and that's the purpose of this. Now, there's 2 ways to grab the oar in life. Okay? Number 1 is life can force you to grab the oar. Life can force you to start rowing. Okay? And it can do that by massive issues, right? Personal issues that might go on. You might get diagnosed with something. A family member might be in jeopardy. You might have your back against the wall in some way. Okay? That it's not hard for people to grab the oar, and the majority of life and humanity will grab it when they need to in that scenario. Most people will do that. Okay? Most people, though, will not grab the oar, which is the second way, out of their own free will. Okay? You can either... I love that one of my favorite guys, he swears a lot, just so you know, but his name is David Goggins. Absolutely love him. And he says that one thing that's really interesting about him is he said... as soon as I knew what I wanted, all I needed was an opportunity to test myself. Okay, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what I've been trying to say, straight on, right? And so what I'm saying is this can be the opportunity. If you want it to be, this is the opportunity to pick up the oar and just start moving. And a lot of times when I'll see people, and please don't get offended by this, but I would be in college. I would be doing things in the Army with groups of friends, whatever. And I was not judging. I was just observing. I was like, man, I don't know if that guy over there is doing much with his life. And it's not to judge, but I just haven't seen him do anything, right? No wonder I'm starting to feel a little bit of a drift away from hanging out with that kind of person, okay? And I'm just saying, if you're starting to feel that already after a week, it is completely normal. It is totally part of the process. You're going to get more particular with your friends. You're going to get more particular with shows you watch, whether you do or don't, right? You're going to get more particular with it's fascinating. You're going to start guarding your mind, okay? I'm very protective of two things. Ideas that I don't want in my head that are poisonous, okay? And my time. I am a time Nazi. If I choose to hang out, I'm doing it all out, okay? If I choose to accept certain ideas, right, I'll understand, but then I think, what do I want to let that in, okay? And the further and further I've got down the path in this game, that's been the pattern. That's been the pattern the whole way. Okay, like-minded people, my friends don't get me anymore. Right, and please understand what I don't like about the entrepreneur world is there's this banner that's being carried lately that's like, I'm an entrepreneur and I choose isolation. No. We don't need to do that, okay? I choose distancing myself from my relationships. No. Right, I'm actually very against that, okay? It'll happen naturally. You don't need to try to do that anyway, okay? But you see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to tell you guys to do is seek areas and environments and networks that grow you. Don't be the smartest person in the room, right? Don't be the person who is choosing to isolate out of status. I'm an entrepreneur, right? That's garbage. I hate that. Anyway, and just seek to be around with other people, okay? That's why I go to Funnel Hacking Live. That's why I get there, because I've never in my entire life been around that many people who want the same thing that I do. And it was a breath of fresh air, guys. I remember I walked into the room. I still remember this so clear as day. I walked into the room at Funnel Hacking Live. I had bootstrapped my way there, didn't have money, traded funnels for plane tickets. I didn't even know how to build funnels when I started promising that. I literally YouTubed my way into knowing how to build funnels. I support ticketed my way into knowing how to build funnels. I remember the time I went and I asked how to change background color inside of the ClickFunnels editor, okay? I went from like here all the way up. You know, you guys are like from here up. You have way more resources than I did. Okay, but I remember that first step into Funnel Hacking Live, taking in a step and going, whoa, there are more of us who are actually wanting to go architect our lives. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And my progress accelerated the more I hung around him. That's why I joined Russell's inner circle after I left ClickFunnels. Okay? And I was like, dude, I'm paying full price, man. Don't give me a discount. There's something to that. Okay? All right. That's why I was like, I need to go hang around these masterminds. I need to get around these events. I need around these people. And people ask, Steven, how do you learn all this stuff? Half of it is just me freaking absorbing those I'm around. I'm not just like reading a book all the time. Okay? You have to do that. And so that's like one of the biggest major pieces, because a lot of you guys, you're going to be, how many of you guys are the first person, and again, we're not bagging on relationships, we're not making fun of family history, you understand? But how many of you guys are the first one in your family to really try and go do something like this? First, yep, this guy, oh yeah, the only, yep. Awesome. And that's not I'm not negating those of you who have a family history of doing stuff like this. That's very impressive as well. But what I'm saying is, those of you guys who are brand new, here's what happens. Okay? We teach this amazing stuff. I'm about to get to it in just a moment here. We teach this amazing stuff. We start moving into it. You start having ahas. Oh my gosh, things are not as I thought they were. And your mind starts to begin expanded. You're like, crap. You mean I could actually like design my life? You mean I actually have control over all the things that I do? Like, whoa. And what's interesting is it'll be tasty, okay? I don't know how else to describe it, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And you're like, oh, this is good crap. And you go and you start discovering and discovering and discovering. And you're like, this is amazing. It's like finding, right, a new world that you never knew existed, but it was always around you. And then you realize that there was always an oar in your boat. And you never knew that. And you didn't know you were allowed to pick it up. and you didn't know you were allowed to start rowing, and that you were allowed to, and you're like, what credentials do I have? You don't need any. And you're like, what? And you start giving yourself the emotional license to create. That is not normal, okay? And as you begin to move forward, you start to go get interested genuinely in these things, and those who you used to hang around with are going, what are you doing? How many of you guys have already had friends and family right now, or close ones or whatever, who've said, why are you doing that? What is this? You spending all this time? This dude's yelling at you all the time? What the freak is with this boom thing? I mean, his eyes are gigantic anyway. Why are you even listening to him? Okay? It's hard. And I know it is. And that is a jump start into the game. Okay? Your personality, your identity is being redefined right now. And if you take it on, okay, if you lean into it, two things will happen. And they're both good for the long term, but they can feel a little bit painful. The first thing that's going to happen is that distancing that I'm talking about. Okay, the second thing that's going to happen is you're going to start to look at what it is that you're overcoming in your own life to go build a funnel, okay, to go do whatever. It doesn't matter. Accomplish anything. And you're going to go in and you're going to have to start self-working. Okay, you have to start self-diagnosing. You're going to have to start looking at yourself going, man, I feel like I'm broken right here. Okay, I did that to myself for the first time in high school when I realized that I did not know how to speak. I didn't do anything about it till college when I was like, I need to go learn how to sell in the hardest environments for two reasons. I explicitly had to learn how to sell, and number two, to learn how to talk. That's why I did door to door. I tried to find an opportunity that would put my back against the wall voluntarily. And it was one of the first times in my life I picked up the oar. Okay? And I just started doing it. I was like, oh, baby. Okay? So anyways, understand what we're doing here and why this is such a big deal and it's so important. It is an emboldening. It is a changing. Your essence is actually shifting right now if you lean in, if you move forward, and if you continue to push down this path. Because it's like those rock tumblers. Did you guys ever have those rock tumblers? Super loud. We'd put them in our garage in the nighttime. We'd find the most jagged rocks, right? We'd find the most jagged looking rocks. And we'd go put those rocks in the rock tumbler, put it in the garage, and the coolest transformations were the ones that were the roughest, right? That rock tumbler would spin the entire night for a week, right? And then we come back and it was this amazing, beautiful, polished rock. Doesn't happen without a lot of bumps, okay? So understand that that's what's happening a lot of time, and we're only on day 3 right now, and that's what I usually observe happens, and that's why there's usually a bit of a drop-off, because it can be a little bit uncomfortable, okay? It can be a little bit uncomfortable, and I need you to understand, like, this is like, I'm so stoked that I'll get to teach you guys how to build a funnel, that I'm going to show you guys how to build an offer, sales message, all that stuff. But what I'm really doing is I want to make it so that you have a hard time seeing life the same way when you leave this challenge. That is what I do, okay? When someone finally realizes, good crap, the oar has always been here. It's been there since birth. I've never known it was there, and I never knew I had permission to pick it up. And then you, oh... What? That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. That's what we're doing. Okay. Today, what we're going into is we're going into a little bit more offer creation stuff. So I'm going to make an offer with you guys real fast, but then show you what we do. It's called offer sequencing. Okay. So real quick, this is why offer sequencing matters. So you guys can all see my screen. Yes. Open up Paintbrush here where all good funnels start. Alrighty. Okay, watch this. So there was you guys can all see that, right? I think. Sweet. All right, thanks. Unresolved life admin. All right, check this out. We were building a funnel for this guy once. They came to us and they said, hey, our tape funnel is not working. They're selling tape, like actual like tape. It was repair tape, but it was tape. They came to us and they said, hey, we are selling, okay, this is why what we do is so important. You guys can grasp this one concept. The rest of it will flow together really easily, especially offer sequencing, okay? Stick with me here for just a moment here, okay? All right, so what they did is they had a page right here, and they sold their tape, Their tape was you could just buy it straight off this page, and their tape was being sold for $25. Okay, it was repair tape, it was specialty stuff. Okay, now let's say we have a customer who comes in. All right, one customer comes in. Boop, there we go. And purchases. What is the potential amount of money that person could spend if they came through and bought the tape? $25, right? Exactly, $25. One customer coming on in has the potential for spending $25. That's it. They had it on Shopify. You only could buy one. Okay? Okay, this is very important. This is very key, and some of you guys are seeing where I'm going with it already. All right, check this out. All right. So what we look at here is this thing called potential average cart value, meaning what is the potential that they are able to go in and spend in this session? $25, right? Potential average cart value. If they were to buy every single thing in that session, how much money do they have the ability to even purchase? Only $25. Okay? So the average cart value is still only $25. It can't go up, it can't go down. That's it, right? Each session is only that amount of money. Now let's say that I think it was costing them, like $22 to acquire a customer, meaning they spent about $25 or $22 in ads to generate a sale. Okay? Cost per acquisition. Okay? Cost to acquire, cost per acquisition. These are the only numbers we care about in this funnel game, and this is the reason why we're about to teach you what we are right here. This is one of the biggest hacks of the game ever. Okay? Okay, what they did is they came to us and they said, hey, we are not being profitable here. Okay, we're not being profitable here at all. Okay, would you come in and would you build us a funnel for tape? So Russell and I went and we built this funnel for tape. Okay, I'm choosing tape so that you understand, it doesn't matter if you're selling the most ludicrous things ever. We did one for toilet paper once. Okay, like you need a Red Bull. I know you guys would all laugh about that. I pushed pretty hard. It's mostly just tasty. All right. Now, this is what we did. First of all, what we did is we built a page where we sold the tape. And we said, hey, you know what? What if you could buy one, which would be $25, right? We said you could buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10. Okay, so if about 1, 25, about 2, that's 50, obviously. Okay, watch this. Okay, then what we did is we said, you know what? Let's add in another cool little bonus that's really, really small and cheap right underneath it right here. And we put that price point there. You could buy one of them for $9.95. Okay. This is the power of the funnel and why we're teaching you offer sequencing. The whole purpose of this challenge is to help you learn how to build a small front-end funnel. That's what we're doing right here, okay? Steven, can you more our responses because it's blocking the screen? Oh, move. Can you move? Yeah, I've got it off to the side down in the corner. Okay, so that was the very first page. The very first page was like, hey, you want tape? We have tape. The next page, what we did is once they put in their credit card and they bought right here on this order form, what we did is we said, hey, would you like to have more tape? You want one more or two more? You want one more or two more? I totally forgot my mouse today. I'm so sorry. That's why it's taking me so long. Right? Do you want one more? You want one more? Or would you like two more? Okay. Then on the next page we said, would you like this expensive upsell that is, what was it? It was like, I think it was $97. It was something really cool. Not a lot took it. Not a lot needed to take it. You guys following me so far? Is there a tape manual? I think that was included as part of it to make the offer sexy. Okay. Okay. Now, let's look at what the numbers did here. about of the buyers, right, of the people who purchased, easily about 80% of the people took the number 1, right? They only bought 1. I think 12 bought number 2, and then it was super small percentages down underneath as we went. Okay, about 20% took this bump right here, which bumped our average cart value $10 immediately, right? Not overall, right? But 20% purchased it. Funny enough, there was about 30% of people who purchased on this next upsell right here. Okay, there was an upsell right here. Okay, there's an upsell right here, and I think about 20% purchased that. And there's another upsell right here, obviously, and then I think about 3% of people purchased this. Okay, what's the cost of the tape? I don't remember, but I remember that at $25, they were ready to rock and good to go. I think it was like $6 on their side, something like that. Okay, so check this out. What we did is we said, I'm not going to be able to run all the numbers with you in front of it, but this is what we did though. We went and we put this funnel out in ClickFunnels, and then we put this funnel out then we went and we put the tape on Amazon. It was on Shopify. It was on, I think, on Etsy as well. Now, each of those sites only had the ability to sell just 1 unit, okay? But on ClickFunnels, we were able to go in and we were able to look at the data, right? You could buy up to 10, plus 2 more, plus this $100 thing, plus this $10 thing. What is the potential average cart value now of the funnel? Okay, if there was 10, right, times the $25 plus the $9.95. Yeah, so we're at $259.95. $259.95. I'm not amazing at math. You guys can probably tell. Right, then there's $97, so $356. $356. Oh, plus the other 25, plus the other $50 for that. Okay, $406.95. Okay, the potential $406.95. The potential average cart value of all of this, okay, was $406. You guys starting to see this? This is huge. The actual average cart value. So we had a year's worth of data comparing Shopify, Amazon, Etsy versus ClickFunnels funnel, that little model right there. What was interesting is across the board, is pretty much straight on. Amazon, Shopify, and Etsy, the average cart value was $25. It did not go any higher. Okay? Potential average cart value was only $25. Did not go any higher. This, though, $406, the average cart value throughout, I think was... this is like a year and a half ago, so I'm trying to remember the numbers right, but it was like $80-something, okay? 80-something bucks, and just because it was the same as everything else, the average cost per acquisition was also $22, so all things held true. Now, what does that tell you? Okay? This is crazy. This is crazy. This means I never have to go get VC funding. I never have to take on a loan. I never have to go give away equity in order for someone to drive traffic or eyeballs to my offer. Okay? How much money can I now spend in order to acquire a customer? How much money can I now spend in order to acquire a customer? Yeah, $89. I could spend $89 and the other guy can only spend $22. I'm going to crush them. Okay, the mere speed of market share I'm going to grab is going to be very impressive. Okay, that is what we're moving towards. This is why we have it set up this way, and this is the reason we are having you build a front-end funnel in the One Funnel Away Challenge. Okay, this is crazy. This is huge stuff, and it's mind-blowing to us that we can't. Why 89, not 406? Meaning the average cart value, the average person coming through, each time someone runs their credit card, it's not $25 that we end up getting. On average, each time a credit card is run, $89 is coming in, which means now I can spend $89 to acquire a customer and still break even and have a business. Okay. There was another guy we were building funnels for. We built this funnel, Russell and I, for this guy who did a lot of self-defense training. Okay. And we built a funnel similar to this, and for every $1 they were putting in on ads, they were getting $1.50 back out. And they were like, crap, only $1.50? And we're like, I know, isn't that crazy? They're like, yeah, that sucks. We're like, no, we mean crazy as in like good. They're like, what do you mean? Like $1 in and $1.50 back out. What else gives you a 50% return that you can do every single day? They're like, what do you mean? We're like, you don't understand. What else? $1 in and $1.50 back out is $1 million business. They're like, what? I was like, just not even considering the funnel right here alone. If we upsell anything afterwards, right? Let's say they come in and purchase, then I have an email sequence that tells them, hey, we got something else here. Did you know we have something else here? Did you know we have something else really expensive? That's $1 million scenario. Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set your expectations so when you look at this, you're like, oh crap, this is successful. And it's okay if it's $1 in and $1.10 is coming back out. Darn. Most companies go in the hole for months before they break even back into the profit zone. Okay? Or $1 in, $1 back out, or $1 and even 90 cents back out, but you got 100 people on your list and you're going to go upsell them to your other things. The speed, you will always buy, hear me here, okay? You will always purchase your customer somehow, whether it's with money or your time. Okay? Time is good because it's free. If you don't have money, then that's the way to do it. Okay? If you have some money to throw in ads, okay, the second way, if you have some money to throw in ads, money is speed. Okay? So the fastest, I do not take profit on these front end funnels, and I beg you to do the same. Okay? Do not take profit. When you go in and you put $100 in ads and you get $22. So let's say $20. Let's say you get 5 buyers because you put $100 in. You get 5 buyers because it's about $20 cost per acquisition. 5 times $89. That's $444, right? Take that money and go dump it back in, right? Take that, and then you got $444 or $445 you went, right? Divided by 20. Now you have 22 buyers times $89 average cart value, and then you dump it back in. You dump it back in, and you dump it back in, and pretty soon you're making way more money than the average person out there. Okay, earlier last year, I took $4,000 and I dumped it in ads, and I knew for every dollar I was putting in, I was getting $2 back out. Okay, that's amazing, but that's not uncommon in this world. And that's the hardest concept for people to understand. Like, why are we creating offers this way? Why are we creating offer sequencing this way? It's because of this. Okay, check this out. What I did is I put $4,000 in on ads, and I knew it would double over. And it did. 1 week later, I had $8,000. The next week, I took that $8,000 and I dumped it in, and I had 16. Okay, seriously. Then I took 16, then I dumped it, and I had 32. I was like, this is crazy. Okay, my wife and I made $18,000 our first year of marriage, and it was all student loans. Okay, for me at that time, right? I remember thinking that when I was dumping that money in. Okay, then I took $32,000, I dumped it in, and darn, it didn't straight up double over. I only got $48,000 back out. Shucks. Okay, what we're teaching you here is a style of pitching that is one to many. But you're doing it in a way where you can acquire and break even on customers very fast, much faster than your competitors can do or even fathom, and you're doing it profitably. Everything you upsell them afterwards is pure profit, right? Everything you do after it. Does that make sense? This is some seriously amazing stuff. And whenever I teach it to people, they're like, there's 2 reactions. No. Or there's like, oh my gosh. So is anyone here going, no? Okay. This stuff works. The book funnel. Right here. Okay. When we made the Expert Secrets book funnel, not this one, but the Expert Secrets book funnel. Oh, cool. This one's in a different language. Anyway, when we made the Expert Secrets book funnel, we were putting, it cost us about, at first it was like $20, and we got it down to $8 to acquire a customer. And the average cart value at first was $44, and we got it up to $66. So we were putting in $8, and they're pulling out $66 average cart value. What is that? I don't even know. 66 divided by 8. So you putting $1 in and getting 8 back out. Therein lies the secret, my friends, on how Russell has never put $1 of his own money in ClickFunnels. He's never borrowed any money for ClickFunnels. He's never given up equity to just get eyeballs or traffic like you'll see on Shark Tank. I love the show Shark Tank, but it makes me laugh. You could skip that entire show and just build a freaking front-end funnel like this and make tons of money. Okay? ClickFunnels does not really even send traffic to ClickFunnels.com. it's actually very hard for them to sell ClickFunnels with ads straight on. Most SaaS softwares that are out there, they're all like that. Okay? It's very expensive. There was a VC firm that came to Russell once and they said, oh my gosh, it takes you $120 to get someone to take a ClickFunnels trial. And Russell's like, yeah. They're like, that's actually really good. Would you come in, let's give you $100 million in funding and just go acquire a ton of customers, man. Right? That's really, really good in the SaaS world. $120 to acquire a SaaS trial, that's amazing. And Russell's like, no. We actually turned those ads off. And they were mad, okay? They were like, what? Why would you turn those ads off? That's absolutely amazing. You're doing better than the majority of people out there. And Russell's like, well, we don't, it's my own money. We're not borrowing any money on this, okay? So I'm not going to take my company's money and just go like waste it on that kind of thing. He's like, so what we do then is we just drive people to the book, right? Or the One Funnel Away Challenge or something else that's small on the front. And we actually make, at that time, $40 per person who comes in and gets a ClickFunnels trial. And the guy was like, that makes absolutely zero sense. What are you talking about? He goes, well, we have a front-end funnel, front-end thing, a book, a CD, something, right? We drive traffic. We know it costs us like in this, let's just keep the scenario the same. So in this, $20 to acquire a customer. They spend an average of $89. So we're making $67 per person because afterwards we invite them to come get a ClickFunnels trial afterwards. What? You see what I'm saying? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And then we just go make a whole bunch of them. So like, oh, you know what, Steven? Come, you know what, Russell? I don't really want to take One Funnel Away Challenge. We're like, no worries, ain't nothing but a thing. Come over, get the book. Like, you know what? I don't want to get the book. No worries. Come get this, the funnel cookbook, so you can see what kind of funnels work best for you, right? That is how we crush it inside of this world. And it's not just on internet. It is not just on info products. We've done it on supplements, e-com, right? Info, B2B, retail. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. It's the concept, okay? Network marketing. You guys love this one, okay? It's the same thing. Affiliate marketing. This is how I crush it in affiliate marketing. I just create front-end things that liquidate my ad cost, but increase my speed faster than my competition could ever fathom. This is why it works. This is why it works. This is exactly why we do it. So when we're talking about offer sequencing, okay? When we're talking about offer sequencing, what we're doing is we are taking the offer. Remember yesterday, who's got a, you know, let's just go with the same water, right? There was the water cooler. I should have saved that thing. Remember there's a water cooler. We're going to give you, there was like the free drinks, the free drink mixes. There was whatever, right? Whatever, right? There was this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Okay, transportation, service. Thanks, guys. You're jogging my memory. Transportation. Yeah, there was the delivery, the cleaning. There was the. You're actually buying you're buying the water, but the bottles are free. Or something like that. I can't remember how we worded it. But what we're gonna do is this. Oh, the stand. You're right. There's the stand. Okay, let me open this up again. Let me show you guys what we're talking about here. Okay, because you're gonna go do this now that you've watched Russell's stuff here. Oops, wrong one. Paintbrush. There's the maintenance plan. That's right. There's the maintenance plan there. Okay, this is what we're doing here. So what I'm doing is I look over on the side at all the things. So by now in the actual challenge, what you should have is you should have a list of all your competitors' cool products that they're selling, and you're starting to say to yourself, you know what, it'd be cool to sell that one or this one, or this one was really cool. Then you take the coolest ones from all your competitors and make that your offer, right? Let's say it's this water cooler thing. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to lead with something that's cool and free, right? The model we're teaching you guys to do here is, first of all, a squeeze page, then the actual sales page or the order form, right? Then we're gonna teach you to do like a little upsell. There we go. What does that do? It increases your potential average cart value, which increases your cart value, which lets you spend more to acquire a customer than your competitors can even handle, and build a list at the same time. Okay, so check this out. So I would say water cooler, cleaning, transportation. Say free drink mixes. Actually, let's lead with the stand. Free stand. There we go. So if we were going to make a squeeze page right here, the way I would do that, I usually take the sexiest thing and lead with that for free on the front. That boosts up the conversions on the front, right? Lots of them. You forgot the app. That's right. There's the app in there as well. Oh, that's true, Joshua. Thanks, man. Okay, then there was the sales/order page, meaning this is where they're going to put their credit card in. And then here we're going to have an upsell to increase our potential average cart value. Just a little side note here. We went and we ran some numbers on ClickFunnels. And we went and we looked at ClickFunnels as a whole from the top down. And this is actually proven. We're not just pulling this number out. There are 73,000 monthly users of ClickFunnels. 73,000 active monthly users of ClickFunnels right now as I speak. And we went and we ran a whole bunch of numbers, and we pulled out all those who were selling in the funnel, meaning they're not just capturing the lead on the internet and selling them offline. Those who were selling on the actual internet, right? There's a cart on the internet. We pulled those people out, and we started looking at them. And we looked at them, and we realized that if someone had an order bump, remember that little that $9.95 thing I had on the other one? If they had 2 upsells and a downsell, okay, an upsell and a downsell, meaning they say no to this one, so it automatically says, well, maybe you want a cheaper thing. They sold, by the numbers, this is the actual number itself that we found, which is crazy. Okay, check this out. 540%. 540% more than if you had done the same thing on Shopify or some other funnel service that's out there. Okay, just because there is the potential for someone to spend more money. 500. Are you kidding me? That's huge. That example I just did was it showed a 400% increase from what the competitor was doing. This is crazy stuff. That's why it's so powerful. Okay, 540% more than if you had just sold it outright, just straight up. Okay, crazy. Okay, so check this out though. So if I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna lead with the free water cooler or the stand. Free water cooler stand, right? That's the first thing I'm gonna put on this page right here, and I'm gonna ask for their email address, and a submit button is gonna be right there. When they click submit, and they get pushed over to this page, but that email address comes over here, and I now have the real asset of the internet, which is a list. Okay, I'm gonna draw a little bucket here as if it's going in the bucket right there. Okay, it's gonna go inside of the list. Okay, oh sweet, check it out. Okay, on this list, there's gonna be a series of automated emails. Oops, you guys can see I'm drawing with my mouse pad here, my trackpad. There's going to be a series of automated emails that sends out to them. All right. Email. Next day, there's another email. We're going to walk you through how to build all this. Next day, email. Next day, email. And what it's doing is it's soft pitching them into everything throughout the funnel. So this email could just say, you know what? Why don't you just come right on back here and buy this or buy this, buy this. And after 3 days, I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're tired of that. Maybe they just want to buy this and buy this and buy this. Okay, this easily has the potential to double your conversion rate when you have a sequence like that. Okay, just for the ease of seeing it. So there's an email sequence. It's automated going out, right? Okay, so then we have the water cooler stand, the actual stand itself. Cleaning, transportation. So in this next one, let's sell the water. The actual bottles. We're like, okay, cool. Hey, you got the water cooler stand, but we have a service where we'll come out and we'll fill it for you every single month. Refilling service. Right. That's what I would put in there. Here we go. There we go. And you're like, cool, sign me up for that. So they sign up, and on the next page, right, and this includes transportation. Be cool if there's a little checkbox and it says free. Do you want it for free? Yes, include this service, right? So you may not have this little bump thing right here. Then we say, then we could do the free drink mixes thing. Hey, we also want to make sure this is awesome for you. So we will come and we'll clean it. We'll do the free drink mixes. We'll do the what? Yeah, you could do the filters as an order bump. Filter change with the stamp transportation would be eating the cost of everything. Order now and get 2. Hot and cold filter. Anyways, I'm just going to put this there so that you understand the idea of it. In this challenge, we're not having you go build a second we're not having you build out a second upsell or downsell, just to keep things super simple, okay? So that you guys know how to do all this stuff. But that's the basic idea of it, is that you're going to go in and decide. Now, the way to decide the order, how many of you guys have questions about the order? You're like, this is cool. What order do I actually go build this in, though? What order this is what we call offer sequencing. Okay, Christopher, you said yes. Okay. So what I do then is we think through what's the logical progression, as if there was a conversation going on in their head. What's the logical progression they might have? Cool. Oh my gosh, check it out. I got a free water cooler stand. That's so awesome. Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. It looks like it's free delivery and everything too, or whatever. Right? Or maybe I have them pay for delivery, but the stand is free when I follow up with the lead or whatever. On the very next page, it's like, hey, do you want to be able to, we could just have this be the service for you, right? And you're like, yeah, that makes sense, because because I just said that, yeah, that makes sense. That's what I need to have them have the reaction be when they go through the funnel. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. There's a water cooler. And then there's a water. You know what? I'm gonna need the water. I totally get it. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Let's sign up for that. Boom, and just get us. And no contract. Sweet. You just prepay for the first 2 months up front. No contract. Boom. Right, or something like that. Whatever you want to structure the offer as. And then on the next page, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Hey, look, we really care about your customers. We know. Look at all these cool studies. It actually increases your stick rate. It increases the average amount of money they'll spend. You actually get a bump in revenue. This technically, what we found is it's not a cost. It's actually an investment. You actually make more money. If you want, click this button right here, and what we'll do is we'll add you. Whoa, that's huge. What we'll do is we'll add you on. Click this button right here, and we'll add you to our free drink mix cleaning filter change service, which is only an additional $100 a month or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we structured that as yesterday. But that's the point. That's the point. Is that you're upselling them as they go throughout in a logical manner. Oh yeah, it makes sense. You know what I mean? So I take the cool thing that's awesome and I lead with that in the front. Free thing. Usually the free thing is the coolest. Okay, in the scenario we're having you guys go do, we're actually going to do that with like an ebook. So this first thing right here will be an ebook. Okay, ebooks are awesome because what's the cost to ship an ebook? 0, right? It's the cost of an email, which is nothing, right? It's nothing, okay? So whatever's on your squeeze page should be on your ad. Yeah, technically, yes. That's how we would run into that. There's other ways you could pull it as well, but yes. So this ebook right here, let's say is an ebook. Hey, come download your ebook on X, Y, and Z. So the scenario we're having you guys walk through right now. I'm just trying to teach you the concept now for what we're doing to this challenge. Look, cool ebook. Okay, on the next page, it's let's say it's about the benefit of water drinking. Let's change up the scenario so you guys don't think they're tied. This is about dog training. Come get your dog training ebook. On the very next page, what you're selling here could be, hey, why don't you? There's actually an in-home course that you want, or that you might want, that's about dog training. We find that people, especially if you have a dog that's a little bit, if they're nice, it can like have them do tricks and really impress visitors. If they're kind of all over the place, we have a place where you can start in the course that's specifically for them, so that they tone it down a little bit. Okay, that could be what you're selling on this one. Then on the next one, you're like, you know what? As an upsell, I actually would love to be able to have. I'd love to work with you. If you want, there's actually a training coming up, and it could be a more expensive upsell. There's a training if you want. The course is $1,000. It's 2 days. It's in, I don't know, local region. It's in Boise, Idaho. Let's say I'm driving at just the Boise area. if you want to come right here, boom, you click right here, and we'd love to have you come on out. It'll save your spot. We only do this with 50 people. Okay, you guys getting that? It's the way you lace out those sequences. Someone said my course isn't done yet. Can I pre-sale and offer ebook and then offer the pre-sale? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Beatrice. And that's actually one of my very favorite methods. That's how I left ClickFunnels and did that the first time, 100%. This model different from free plus shipping, right? Meaning the squeeze is just to get email, and then they have to pull out the credit card to buy the sales page. Yes. So it's a little bit different than the free plus shipping. It's essentially, the free plus shipping is just the first and second page combined. That two-step order form acts like a squeeze page. But it's, yes, you're spot on. Is it okay to do an ebook, then another book on the sales page, or is that too much? I don't think it's too much. The danger, you guys, is you cannot have these products scratch the same itch. Okay? Meaning the water cooler thing, it scratches one. Oh, it'd be so cool to have one. And on the next page, if I'm like, hey, would you like to buy a water cooler stand? It's like, no, I just got that. You know? Or if it's like, e-com doesn't have this problem too much because, you know, it's having two things is definitely different than having just one thing. Info, though, if you're doing info can sometimes trip up on this. Meaning, I am not going to say, hey, would you like an ebook on dog training? And on the very next page, I'm like, hey, would you like an ebook on dog training? Or would you like you're like, no. Or would you like a PDF on how to train your dog? It's the same thing said in a different way. They can be like, I just bought that. It's like when Russell talks about selling abs, like core abs training. One of the things that people will mess up on is they will say things like, hey, come here and get, come buy this course on how to get 6-minute abs, right? 6-minute abs. And on the very next page, now in the customer's mind, they think that problem is solved. Meaning when I buy, emotionally, I now have 6-pack abs. Even though I don't. Right? So on the next page, when I'm like, hey, would you like some more training on how to get good abs? They're like, no, I just bought abs. Last page. Like, no, you bought an education course. No. My problem is solved. I just bought 6-packs. I just bought a 6-pack of abs on the last page. Sell me something different. Okay? That's the only danger. Is you need to make sure that it's not scratching the same itch. You can't sell abs twice. Okay? You can't sell out 2 outcomes in a row. Okay? That's the only thing as you're doing that way. Upsells. What about the idea of multiple of the same thing? Oh, you're talking about like with tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. It can be a little different with e-com because I can have 2 things with tape and it doesn't scratch the same itch. It's literally 2 physical, tangible things, right? Do you need a drop shipping service to make the free plus shipping offer work? No, you don't have to. I actually, there's tons of fulfillment houses that integrate directly into ClickFunnels, and that's something that maybe we'll get into a little bit as we go. For now, guys, all I need you to focus on is just with that offer, figure out the sequence that you're going to be placing things in. And then be devil's advocate. Why would I not want to buy that? And write all those things down. That is your objections. Remember we talked about that 2 days ago? Right? That is your problems. Those are your things you're going to solve with the sales message that we're going to dive into heavily next week as well. More training tips. Another 6 minutes, then go away. Yeah, another 6 minutes. 5-minute abs, yeah. Can we bundle the entire offer and sell it through webinar? You can. That's one method. We're just doing slow front end things though as well here. Not scratching the same itch. Absolutely. What's the best drop ship for ClickFunnels? I don't know that I'm able to say those kinds of things over here like this, but if you go into the Facebook group or the Funnel Rolodex is a fantastic resource for a lot of stuff. Okay. How to PDF, how to video training, implementation. Yeah, no, you could definitely. In the info product model, people will pay more money for the same thing packaged in a different way. You want the ebook, right? Like a lot of times what we do with books is we'll say things like, with free plus shipping, the book's free, just pay for shipping. Do you want the book? We will ship the actual book to you. The bump will be the audiobook. It's not the same thing. It doesn't scratch the same itch, okay? Because some people want to read it and some people want to listen to it. Some people want both. I want both. I usually always buy both, okay? So we'll do the book, then we do the audiobook, right? Then the very next upsell will be the deep dive course teaching the entire thing on the book in front of a live audience, right? That doesn't scratch the same itch, okay? It's same info packaged in a different way. It's one of the biggest secrets to wealth I could ever give you ever, okay? Sweet, guys. All right. Well, hey, jump over to the worksheet today. Go walk through the actual worksheet. Make sure you watch Russell's thing. He's going to walk through again more the offer sequencing thing as well. Make sure you follow throughout what your make sure you follow the actual worksheet stuff and get it done. Boom. Are we ClickFunnels affiliates? Do we upsell all ClickFunnels products? If we are ClickFunnels affiliates, do we upsell all ClickFunnels products? You can. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later and see you guys on tomorrow's training. Go get them.